Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Runs and Acceleration. And for our first episode this year of the upcoming 2022 F1 season.
Woohoo!
If this is probably going to be kind of a fanboying episode because the new cars are out for the first time in years. I think no one's really gone wrong with their liveries.
Yep.
All of them look great. A few of them look really sexy. So we
Yeah.
are going to be going over that because, as guys, I think when we are looking for the cars to be revealed, this is always a special moment.
Yep. Definitely.
So let's start with some of the more average ones. We get them out of the way. Red Bull looks good. Copy paste, same
Yeah.
as last 15
Same
years.
one.
Nothing's changed.
Mercedes kind of reminds me of the old liveries back in the day. A few little bit updates here and there. Looks as great as always. I would say Mercedes. They got the money. They got the cash to make a good livery. So
And they're German, so you know the car's going to be good.
exactly. So it's they've done a great job again with the livery. But forget it. Let's just get straight to it. Best livery, it's back. We have the dominant. Have a finally looking like a dominant Ferrari coming back on the
Oh
track.
my
It looks
God,
like,
that red and black.
yeah, it looks damn good. Gotta be really honest. That's definitely
What did you say? You said this to me a couple of weeks ago when the car was actually launched. So I said it finally looks like, it's aggressive, it's ready to fight. And you said something about that as well.
I think it just looks angry or something like that. Yeah, it just looks
It looks ready
mean.
to fight,
Yeah, it
ready
looks
to
like
dominate.
honestly, I just feel like it just looks it just look mean. Like it looks like a bully almost like that. That's why I'm just excited for that to be like, already looking at like a few things from testing and now looking at a few things and now looking at, the first practice that we're gonna get at the start of the season. All that kind of stuff. I'm just super, super excited for it. I think it's just gonna be just one. It already looks pretty fast from what we've seen in testing and everything like that.
Yeah.
And with all the new changes that are coming, hopefully, very, very
What are those
hopefully.
side pods though?
I don't know. I think some other cars have it also. So I
But none of them have it scooping inwards. Like it's
yeah. I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be some kind of kinks or whatever, or some kind of weird things with the car. So,
but I appreciate for once, Ferrari is always known for the same old colors, they've kind of tripped up the colors a bit, like it used to be in the early 90s with Prost and Mansell.
yep,
It has that kind of aggressive look. It's very radical with its design. A lot of teams have gone for Mercedes and Red Bull have gone for pretty standard regulation changes, Alpha Tauri as well.
yep,
Ferrari looks a completely different design.
very true.
Whether it's the side pods, whether it's the nose, it looks really different. And yeah, it looks ready to dominate.
Yeah,
If it can, finally, please.
hopefully, hopefully it really can. Some other nice liveries, things like AlphaTauri is
Aston
great,
Martin,
Aston Martin, incredible. Really, really liking
what
that.
a car.
Really liking that kind of touch on neon green on it. Even the Alpine, the pink, okay here and there. Not a
A
massive
lot
fan
of
of the
people said it's going to be like a Miami Vice, kind of that kind of vibe.
yeah, exactly.
It, it is, but it's not party. They
Yeah,
went for a party mode, but it doesn't look like a party car. It still looks very.
exactly. I'm not I didn't love it, but I don't hate it also at the same time. Just kind of just kind of in the middle about it.
I'm not gonna lie, Williams, obviously they don't have many sponsors, but
Yeah.
Williams just look at, when they take an F1 car for a corporate event, for example, a company out takes a cut of an F1 car and they put their company colors on it, just like very formal PowerPoint slide kind of thing with like just.
Like the Microsoft blue, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they could just get Microsoft sponsorship on there because it looks
Exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it looks
Not the
shit.
best. Yeah, not the best from them. Kind of a
Haas looks terrible.
dark horse delivery for me was probably Alfa Romeo.
McLaren.
I was gonna
Oh, Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. McLaren not bad also. So I think this year, I mean, changes with the cars itself, but also with the livery. So
I think
um
the cars, just the liveries finally, because it used to be a thing. I think they didn't want the liveries to look too. Formula One was very, dignified,
yeah,
formal, kind of almost. The Red Bull changed that with their design, and now we are seeing every livery is kind of there's this aggression. It shows the cars are fast, like it
exactly.
once used to be when
Yeah,
Schumacher used to be there, or Alonso's
yep,
blue and yellow, beautiful Renault. They're going back to cars that look aggressive, fast, and because they're a bit smaller now, they again look more agile. The last few years, the cars have just gotten,
Yep.
they look too big.
Yep. It's kind of odd that we've been talking a lot just fanboying over the liveries, but now I think let's kind of get a little bit more into the cars itself.
Last thing,
oh no,
the
okay,
rims.
go ahead and then we can get into it. Yeah.
What the hell is up with those rims? We changed to 18-inch tires so we can see bigger rims, and then we have wheel covers on it, and all of them are like
exactly. That was actually one of the things I was going to bring up. Some drivers have reported a few visibility issues with it.
Interesting.
It can make a little bit of when looking at overtaking or defending a little bit tougher. I'm really hoping because things like that can number one not only just be just not the best for racing, but also can be just we could just see some crashes or something happening, or not that many overtakes or overtakes.
I'm sorry,
happening.
not to be rude.
Yeah.
Not to be rude, but if guys who are 6 feet tall or almost 6 feet tall, like Daniel or Esteban Ocon, who's more than 6 feet, if they're having visibility issues, what about Yuki Tsunoda? He's 5'4".
Yeah. I mean, but maybe it's like the visibility issues are only for like the taller people. So maybe Yuki could just look through a little peep through a little corner or something like that, and just kind of find
they kind of poked a hole in the middle of the steering
exactly.
wheel.
Yeah, he has like an extra he has like an extra mirror that looks at that looks like everything. So yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, but
He's fine.
exactly. So definitely as we know, cars are going to be a little bit going to be slower. Much more competition. Like I don't know. What are I think your expectations? I think for the season in the last
I
kind of
think we
maybe minutes we
shouldn't
have.
be. Yeah. So last few points from both of us, right? So I kind of feel like this was just a shakedown. There was no official timings as well.
Yeah.
What we got to know is Ferrari did clearly the most number of laps. They look very strong. They were able to get one of the fastest laps on medium tires, which Mercedes only went half a second quicker on a much softer set of tires. Red Bull looks decent. I think Red Bull and Mercedes, I'm pretty sure, are hiding their pace. So what I've heard is Toto has been saying that Ferrari has the strongest engine.
Yeah.
Binotto has said that it might look like we're on term with Mercedes, but knowing them, by the time we get to Bahrain, they'll be like 3 months ahead of us.
Yep.
And Binotto's also, but he is being realistic. He said, we are here to win this time. We have no excuses. And we might be doing well now, but we haven't even we're running conservative engine modes and high fuel. So we haven't even started to show our true pace, which is a good indication. I don't think it'll be very dominant. That'll only happen later on. We'll find out. I think Haas wasn't too bad actually. Alfa Romeo and Alpine were kind of the late runners. Reliability issues as well. Alpine caught fire on the final day.
Yep. Aston Martin also.
Vettel again became a fireman because it caught fire.
Yeah.
I think so Haas might have made some improvements, and it'll be good to see Schumacher in particular do some good things with that car potentially. The second seat right now we don't know much about, and we don't want to get into that really. So that is one team which needs to show where they are. Aston Martin looks a bit quicker. AlphaTauri is always there as this underdog we all love. Any last points from you? Who are you looking for? Anything?
I think the one thing is I think everyone wants Ferrari, AlphaTauri, Alpine, McLaren, all the midfield teams, even Williams, whoever, actually all the teams just to come up and finally be on some sort of on pace with Mercedes and Red Bull. I think would be really disappointing, and my fear, and I still feel this is a very, very true possibility, is that we're going to come to Bahrain,
Mercedes
and we're still going to see Mercedes versus Red Bull, and it's going to be Hamilton versus Verstappen, which it was an incredible season last year. It was an incredible season. I'm not going to get this wrong, but I think it's also I really do want to see kind of new teams now coming up. I really want to see again Ferrari dominance. I want to see McLaren dominating again. And I want to see AlphaTauri. You have a phenomenal, absolute gem of a driver in Pierre Gasly. And someone who
finally with these spending regulations in place, AlphaTauri always overperformed given how small their budget was.
Yep,
fine. So now that everyone has the same budget, you kind of expect them and Aston Martin, which used to be Racing Point or Force India. These
Exactly.
guys have been known to take small budgets and do great things. So
Yeah.
now that the other teams have to rescale their operations, I feel like these teams should almost have an advantage because they're used to working in these limits.
Yeah.
The others are still finding their efficiencies. So I think from a corporate standpoint, almost, these guys have that
Yeah.
efficiency to really put out their best. And you're right, we're really looking as great as last season was, we kind of saw that as the end of the era, and we were like, okay, next season because we're going to see new. If we
Exactly.
again see just one guy from the new generation, and if Leclerc, Norris are all just still fighting for fifth and sixth, it's not
Yeah.
going to be fun. If you have Norris versus Leclerc versus Sainz versus,
Perez or
um,
something like that. Yeah, that'd be
I
really
mean,
fun.
versus Verstappen, and you have these 4 5 guys now, Russell in the Mercedes. If you have these guys fighting
Yeah.
at the front, no offense to Hamilton or Verstappen, that's going to be a lot of fun because that's really the future, including Verstappen.
Exactly. I think what's going to be also interesting to look at is, you're talking about how there's like teams who should almost be expected now to be sort of performing at a little bit more of a higher level because now everyone's now sort of working a little bit more on same terms in a way. And what I'm kind of looking forward to is, say, if like an AlphaTauri, even Ferrari, for example, if they go to the top, can they actually stay there? And I think that's the biggest thing is that it's can they actually do can they cope with that pressure or something like that? Because all the time
Yeah,
it's always them chasing. It's either Mercedes, Red Bull had a little bit of experience in last year, with now with being and actually staying up at the top. So I think that's what's
true.
going to be really interesting is also looking at not just from the people who are from like teams perspective but also specific drivers. Will it kind of go to their heads a little too much or will they actually be really to the top? Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so I think that's the best way we can close this episode on Formula One. We're really, really excited for this season. All new changes. Hopefully, we get some new teams, get some more battles, and find some more interesting races. All right, see you guys.
All
Take
right,
care.
guys.